Yes. All right. For those of you that are tuning in, welcome to season 7, episode 13. I lost the video on Facebook. I don't know where it went.
Oh my god. I'm naked.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
Oh my god. I'll just stay right here. Oh my god.
I found it. We're fine. For those of you that are tuning in.
Oh my god, mute it.
I got it. Okay. Season 7, episode 13 of Let's Have a Fefe.
I'm glad you can talk now.
I know you guys are completely shocked, but Felicia is not ready.
For the first time in a long time. Shut up.
I am Freddy Prinze Charming, and with me, as always, except not really, is Felicia Minor. And apparently we are now officially streaming on Twitter and Twitch, as well as our usual platforms. So yay! I don't even know what the fuck Twitch is.
Get with that.
But yeah. Oh my gosh, and we have been doing this for more than 6 years, and it is more than just your usual drag gossip. It's the issues that matter most to you. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. It's your Wednesday night conversation. We are brought to you by Shelly Love Creative at ShellyLoveCreative.com, Wigs of a Kind at WigsOfAkind.com, and The Burly Barber at TheBurlyBarbers.com. And of course, we couldn't do this without the support of our Patreon supporters. That's kind of redundant. Brendan McGill, Carrie and Corey McClemens, Leanne Dunton, and Molly Montgomery. Join the Fefe movement and support us today at patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe. We do not...
over me?
I'm not listening to you. We don't have a special guest this evening. We were supposed to have Espresso Grande, but she had to deal with some work stuff, which is completely understandable. And we appreciate her letting us know yesterday as opposed to, 5 minutes before the show, which...
I can't make it.
Yeah. So, let's see. I will talk about what I've been up to. Hey, Eddie. All right. So...
What were you doing this weekend?
I'm not listening to you until you're here. So...
What the fuck?
So last Thursday, I got to go and I was finally able to perform at the New Kings on the Block show over at Stacy's, put on by Blake Riley, who is a former Mr. Stacy's and now a Mr. Ripple Phoenix Pride. That was fun. I got to see a lot of the up-and-coming kings. I got to give some critiques, and I hope that people understand that when folks critique you, if you are new especially, but if folks critique you, nobody is doing it in a way that is supposed to be demeaning or anything like that. It's, hey, we noticed these things, and these are some things that you could do to improve if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. But,
well, fuck you then.
And a lot of the new kings had a lot of the same critiques, just in terms of things like costuming and things like that. And I've had a few reach out to me afterwards to give them some tips on things like costuming on a budget, which Lord knows I am a cheap ass motherfucker. I am cheap, and I am happy to.
You're happy with your cheapness.
I am. Shit, everything I am wearing came from Goodwill. Okay, so, and it comes from Goodwill on half off day because I am that cheap that I won't even pay full price at, Goodwill. But, no, it was good, and there's some really, really good up and coming kings, so keep an eye out. These boys aren't playing, and I really hope that they, Scotty. Sorry. I really hope that if the kings are wanting to grow and to learn and to really jump into it. Hi, Javi. I really hope that they take the critiques and they use them to really, really expand and really grow and stuff. So I was able to catch the end of the Mr. and Miss Scotty Kirby Pride prelim. So congratulations to Joey J and Jeremiah Daniels. They both did an awesome job from what I could see. I'm excited for Jeremiah. He's been sort of a part of the Pride pageant system for a while, but usually as a dancer. So it's good to see him. It's good to see him. You know, actually get that title. I think he's gonna do some good things. So that's super exciting. And then on Sunday, I was able to help What's Our Nuts over here compete for Miss Supreme Pride, which it has been a while since Felicia competed. It's been about 5 years since she competed for any pageant, and about 10 years since she competed for a Pride pageant. And we got to look at her score sheets and stuff like that tonight. And, you know, for being out of the loop for a while, I think she did a pretty damn good job.
P.S. I felt like I won because it was just...
It was, for those of you who weren't there, this pageant was absolutely fantastic. It really was. Like, they, there were 5 contestants, and it was some of the most... diverse. Like, nobody there was like, everybody was so different, and everybody was, you know, a little bit more alternative and not your sort of typical pageant queen. It was awesome to see. And from a judging standpoint, I mean, I sat there and I watched it all, and I seriously, up until they called the winners, I had no idea who was going to win. And we had one queen win gown. We had another queen win onstage question. We had 2 queens tie for talent. So it was all over the place. Like, you know, they're sitting there announcing these categories, and you see the audience going, "What the fuck?" So it was really a really, really good.
It's like
Sassy
the whole family is
Sassy. Get out of here. The cat, not my drag child. Go. Go. It was a really good pageant. Like, it really was. You know, it was good to, I liked being able to be a part of that. Not just, you know, because it was whatever it was, but because I got to support Felicia too. I mean, Felicia, it stopped. I don't know why.
Oh.
Felicia has been there to support me in, you know, I don't know how many pageant ventures that I've
only
been on, and, you know, I haven't been able to do that. In fact, the last time I supported Felicia at a pageant was at the last pageant she competed at.
Oops.
Yeah. So, hi. Welcome.
Hi. No brows tonight.
Oh.
But I think I think it works.
Yeah, Ryan, she did do her King Jesus number, which got her a tie in talent, which is pretty awesome.
Ooh, don't look too close at the face.
Oh, my.
I am ready.
Or something. Do you want to scooch in a little bit? Because you're,
like, my office.
You're over there. Yeah, you want to come in?
Oh,
there you go.
I was trying to run away.
Yeah, well, that's...
I don't know if I like this hair with this. I just grabbed something.
Just, it hides half your face. It's fine. It's fine. There you go. Just talk to the side. It's good.
I mean, I talk with my head down anyway.
This is true. But I think Felicia knows where she can improve.
Oh.
And,
it was one of those things, like, you did it, and you were like,
fuck. Yeah.
You're like, bitch, what did you just do? So, I don't think anybody else noticed. There was, like, one judge that noticed some things, but, otherwise it was like, fix that. Gotta get rid of that. Like, what I want to say is, what's different is that I have been dressing you, Sassy, and many other people for, like, 5 years straight. Right. So there's, like, this, like, I was telling him, he was like, I don't know if I can get a dresser bag ready. I said, oh, don't you worry about it. I already did it. And he was like, and I was like, I've been running around.
Yeah, I said, what time do I have to be there? She's like, I don't know, the pageant starts at 4. I said, okay, I'm dressing you.
And then I said, I didn't even think about that. I'm like,
You have to understand, though, especially between her and myself, like, when it comes to me, I'm fairly self-sufficient when it comes to dressing. Like, there's a few things I'm like, can you just help me into these pants real quick or lint roll me? And it's the same thing.
Well, the last one, we had to rescue you a little bit.
That one. Well, that one was.
That was like emergency.
Yeah, that was a different situation. Fuck. But generally, you know, we're both. I mean, Felicia's fairly self-sufficient. I stood there and handed her things and got things organized and zipped up a dress and steamed some shit and whatever. But
he basically was standing there.
You know,
everybody else's dressers were like, "Oh, let me do this, let me do that," and I was like, I was just like, "Oh, you're fine. I got it." Until I needed to get into my gown. My gown zips on this side,
right?
Which is it's a nice gown, but I can't.
You're gonna get that gown dry cleaned. But I think it was good, and I really hope, like, I legitimately hope that you feel good about what you did.
I did.
Like, you...
My inbox and my comments and my heart are full with love.
Like, it's really hard to get back into it after... Like, I know, trust me, I went back to nationals after 7 years.
So did you tell them what it actually was like, my venture to get to this point? It was very daunting. It was very... it
was also the day before. I still don't know. What fuck? And everybody was like, if I knew, I would have come support. I was like, yeah, she didn't tell anybody.
Well, like, so part of the reason why I did that is because, I am very self-destructive. We all are very self-destructive. And so...
Which is part of what this is coming into.
Yes. So, at some point during the thing, I asked Scott again, and he turned to me and said, if you want to do it,
just fucking do it. Which is what I've been telling her.
But he said it...
And we're practically married.
he said that you should go for it. Usually, if he doesn't want me to... That's another part of it, too. I needed to make sure that he was still on board. I didn't want to, like, go for it. And then, you know, because that part don't work for me. I've been there, done that part. You know, like when you don't have the full cup. You just have, like, half a cup. And, yeah, so... I definitely had my support system, and I'm sorry that I didn't tell a lot of you.
You didn't tell anybody. I had everybody asking me. They were like, "Wait, what? She's competing?"
Or somebody saw me tagged at the Rock, and I got a message that said, "What are you doing there?" And so step number 1: stop doubting yourself and just go for it. And I always have in the past, if I was going to run for a pageant, have always been prepared, like, weeks at a time. Because the people I dress, I like to have ready
weeks at a time. Yeah,
weeks at a time. So that I'm not going around saying, oh, is this done? Is this done?
Right.
Is this gown stoned? So I don't have to stay up all night and stone a gown. Oh my god!
Like we have PTSD from that shit. But
I had a great time.
It was a really good pageant. Like, it really was. It was a great contest, and I am. You know, Benediction ended up winning, and I know that she did amazing, and it was very much out of her element. And she was nervous the entire time. Like, I am, like, extraordinarily nervous. But I think that Miss Supreme Pride will be well represented. I think Ben will do a good job.
And congratulations to Alexis Montoya for running a successful pageant. Not only was she the promoter...
She ran it.
She ran the whole thing. She was front
smoothly.
She ran the front of house. She ran the back of house.
At one point, we're like, what time is it? I said 5:30. Everybody went, what? Yeah. And we were like going into the final category. Like, she kept everything moving. So well done on that, too. Like, bravo. Like, I think we only started maybe 15 minutes late. Mm-hmm. Like, it was good.
Nobody asked me what time we were starting.
Yeah, it was a really good pageant. Like, honestly, everybody did amazing. Every single person. So, like, that... Every single contestant in that pageant needs to be extremely proud of themselves. Like, legitimately. Like, it was good. It was good.
But I dive back into the pool, folks.
Here we go. Now she's got the bug, so...
I've had the bug for a while. I just need to push past the self-doubt.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so speaking of self-doubt, I'm going to go into my tip. And my tip was inspired by numerous things. I struggle with this a lot. I think a lot of entertainers and artists in general, I think, struggle with this. Because... Nobody wants to fail.
Nobody wants to fail.
Nobody wants to. It's tricky. So tonight I'm going to talk about marketing yourself. And regardless of the fuck.
Oh my gosh, marketing yourself.
Yeah. So, I mean, regardless of whether you're an entertainer or any sort of an artist, marketing yourself can be very tricky. It's all about playing the game, and that's all it is. It's a fucking game. You have to find a balance, because you have to know your worth. You have to know when to push back. So if someone says, I want this, you have to know when to say, I think maybe this would be better. Mm-hmm. You have to know when to say, okay, and, be okay with either taking less or... like not taking less, but understanding that even though somebody may value you, they may not be able to afford to pay you. It's a balancing act, and you also have to know when to say no. Like, you have to know when someone is. There's a difference between someone just being fucking cheap and being like, I'm gonna give you $20, and someone saying, hey, I really, really, really want you to do this, but this is my budget and this is all I can afford. Can we figure something out? Mm-hmm. There is a big difference in all of that, and that's why you have to maintain that balance, and you have to know when it's okay to say yes, and you also have to know when you are well within your rights to say, I'm sorry, but that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. It's hard. And now with social media takes like self-marketing to an entirely new level. It is the first place people look when they're trying to see who you are as an artist. If,
Don't look on my profile.
Like, somebody will go and either look at your Facebook or look at your Instagram or whatever it is. They want to see pictures of you. They want to see what you do. They want to see how you interact.
Pictures of you. Can we go back? I want to say pictures of you.
Nah.
Not
filtered to all fuck.
I mean, if your nose is missing,
You know that? Do you know when you can, like, adjust the face fuzziness on your phone? Turn that shit down.
Just a little bit.
Because it's
let the ridiculous. Tip of your nose come through.
It's a little ridiculous, kids.
Okay, so I digress. But yes.
So it is the first place that people look when they're trying to see who you are as an artist. And you want to make sure that your posts reflect you in a positive light. If... it's perfectly okay to want to bitch and moan about whatever. And I always tell people to keep separate pages. Have a personal page and have a business page. If you're an entertainer, that may mean maintaining 2 profiles, or 2 profiles and a page that you give your friend admin access to because you always forget about it. I have 2 very separate accounts. There is no drag on my personal account. And... generally, I don't add people on that account. Like, I have very few friends. Most of them are friends from high school and people that I know very well. If I only know you, like, through drag or through this, like, kind of a thing, chances are I'm not going to add you on my personal profile. It's just not going to happen. If you don't know my name, I'm not going to add you on my personal profile. Ooh. I'm just saying. And, keep in mind that first impressions are everything. If your Facebook page comes off as constantly negative or raunchy or...
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. Oh,
right? Oh, look at all these people. Check it out. I know. I have a drag-free account. Shocking, right?
Oh.
I know.
I try to keep my personal one less draggy.
Mine has, like, 0 drag on it. Like, legitimately 0
There are
drag.
some people that I know on a personal level that still only have drag pages.
Kevy, sometimes, negative and raunchy works. I'm just saying that in
but that's her brand?
Right, but that's kind of, like, that's kind of your... that's kind of your brand. That's kind of, you know, that's very much who you are. But it's like, you know, like for me, if I'm going to book an entertainer, the first thing I do is I go to their Facebook page.
Oh, you need to check out she has new photos.
I've seen. Oh. I know. Her pictures are awesome.
Can I are you selling posters?
Right. And if I see, like, there are some people that are just, and Kevy, you're like, you're
body beautiful.
I don't know that I would say that you're necessarily raunchy. Like, I have seen some seriously raunchy shit that I'm just like, bleh, like, really? And that's a complete turnoff. And that, I'm going to be like, meh. Not only do I not want to book you, I'm just going to go ahead and delete you because I don't need to see this shit. It's okay to be you, but remember that you is also a business. And if you think about it, okay, say you were going on any business page, whether it be a bar or whether it was going to be whatever, and you see them posting shit about, I don't know, dicks and things and whatever, and it's like, is that the kind of establishment that you want to give your business? And maybe it is, but maybe it's not.
I mean, depending on, is your business.
Right. I mean, depending on obviously what you're, you know, what you're looking for, obviously. But, you know, it's one of those things where you have to, you know, if you see it, whether it's a restaurant, are they constantly bitching about whatever, or, you know, it's.
I hate when you go to a restaurant's page, and you see like a person comment on like, oh, the burger was so not cooked, and then you see them complain underneath it, well, don't come.
Right.
And you're like, oh,
right,
okay,
right, exactly. So, you know, it's one of those things where there has to be a balance. Like I said, it's okay to be you, but you are also a business, and there are things that I will. And for me, one of the reasons why I have two separate pages is there's a difference between Freddy and me out of drag, and I keep that very separate. And there's sometimes I don't need everybody to know what the hell's going on in my personal life. I don't. Frankly, it's none of your business. My drag life, my business is what matters to people. So on my Freddy profile, yes, I will get political and I get things, but I use my drag for that. So it's, you know, but I'm not gonna tell you all the time that, you know, if I went on a date with my partner, or my partner and I are doing this, or it's none of anybody's business. And I don't necessarily want to see that on another business page, so I try to practice what I preach. And you have to remember, too, that you represent a brand. So whether that brand is yourself, a pageant system, or a bar, you need to act accordingly. And it's one of these things where, you know,
What?
It's hard to, like, people are like, well, you know, I'm this, so this is who people need to, and
they need to accept it. They need to.
Right. And here's the thing. Yes and no. Because, you know, you are free. And this is what I tell people about all sorts of things these days. You are free to be however you like and say whatever the hell you want. But if you do say whatever the hell you want, if you do act a certain way, either on social media or in person.
Taste? Make sure that they say it's in good taste.
Well, the thing is they can be however they want to be. But then if they're going to be however they want to be, and then they're not getting booked, then maybe you need to reevaluate, because you are well within your right to be whatever you want and act however you want and say whatever you want, but
make sure you know the consequences that
right.
follow.
There's just because, you know, your friends are willing to or are fine with that or whatever, as a brand and as a business, people that are looking to hire you or book you or whatever may not be okay with that. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's like I said, it's tricky, and it's all about finding
80-20.
Right. It's all about finding a balance. It's all about finding the balance. And goodness knows, I'm terrible at marketing myself.
We're both terrible.
I finally have some swag, but I'm terrible at.
Oh, he has buttons for sale.
I have buttons. I have stickers. I have magnets.
He will soon have posters for sale.
Oh, I will soon have posters for sale. Apparently.
Yes.
But I like. You know, I'm terrible at saying, hey, look, buy me, you know? I'm like, I don't know what to think. Like, it's really, it's, I don't know, it's hard.
Yes, he has buttons.
I do have buttons. So it is, you know, it is hard for me. That is something that I struggle with. But that's just, that's just one thing. And honestly, the biggest thing is...
Micah, you're fine. Yeah. You didn't miss that.
You haven't missed anything yet. Micah. Don't worry.
We're talking about professional brand.
Yes, we're talking about branding and marketing yourself. Regardless of, what kind of artist you are, whatever. All right, so...
But speaking of artistry, let me just...
Oh, my...
Let me just clear the air. So I can't reference anything. I have things going on behind this curtain that you see. I'm actually calmer than I was about 7 o'clock yesterday.
That may have been my fault. Sorry.
No, it was triggered by something else that I saw.
Oh.
And speaking of personal brands, I broke my personal brand code, basically, and retaliated, I guess, is the word.
I don't know if it's kind of.
I did. And I'm not afraid to say it, because this is what I want people to understand. When it comes down to it, if you were on my Facebook page, I have removed those things as per, I can't say. But what I want to say is that as an artist, as a person, as a human being, basically, all I want is respect. And I want the respect that you deserve to be returned, and so on and so forth. I don't care if you're out smoking meth and, do you, boo. Do whatever you need to do. But if you make a deal with me, if you say, hey, I'm going to do something for you, and I promise to, stick with the promise. If something happens, communicate. That's the problem.
And that's the thing for me, is like, people, okay, you watch the show. You know that anything we talk about, everything boils down to communication. That is true in business as well. And it's one of these things where, like, shit happens. I know shit happens. You know shit happens. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh shit, something happened. I can't, just for example, pay you for something. Like if someone, makes me a costume or whatever, or if I make somebody else a costume, they say, hey, I can't,
but at the same time,
I can't pay you for this right now. Can I put a down payment on it? Can I pay you in installments? Can I whatever? And 9 times out of 10, most people will be like, yes, let's make sure that we get this down, and we'll set it up so that every couple weeks or whatever, whenever you get paid, you can shoot me X amount of dollars, and we'll do this and that.
And there's people that I work with that will tell me ahead of time that, oh yeah, I'll get that to you. Okay, well, I'm going to come through and collect my coins, but if the coins aren't there, let me know. And if you told me before I try to collect my coins, then I feel even better. The part that is disrespectful is when you ghost me.
Yeah.
When you don't say anything. When you threaten legal action. But don't follow through when I fulfill my promise.
Right.
But then throw legal action back in the game. I'm here for my community. Don't get me wrong. Don't get the story twisted. No. You heard it from my mouth. I'm here for my community. I don't run for pride pageants to chase a crown. I represent the community. If you follow me on Facebook, you've been following the show for years, you know I'm here for people. I am not, but I'm here for the community, but I want people to know that I am not to be fucked with. I do not
take advantage of people.
I do not. But the thing is, the big picture across this, and I wish we could flash words across the screen.
Oh my God.
Is disrespect. Yeah. There's no respect for me.
No.
There was no respect for the time that I took. There was no respect for when I did what I did.
No. Like,
there was no respect for the time that I spent. The only reward I really got was getting to know people on the events that we hosted there.
And that's why, y'all will notice that I am no longer doing bingo at the Cash. And
I'm not. Legally, I am not trying to defame anybody.
No.
What I want is the proper respect. What I want is when you say you're going to pay for something, you pay for it. When you say, please deliver this service, I follow through. Right. You turn around, follow through to me. That was all. But the biggest thing is, don't ghost me and then use my work to promote your garbage.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't do that shit. I decided this was...
Yes, the barter system works. If somebody said, I will give you free drinks for 2 months, I would have scooped that. I could drink. I would have been there every day.
There's already
I mean, but that's not my base system at all. Do not come to me and say, can you create this for me? I'll give you a glass of wine. No.
That's not going to how that works. Here's the thing, is that, and I'm me deciding to drop bingo was for a number of reasons, and it was not an easy decision, and it not difficult because the people that came to bingo enjoy coming to bingo. Our regulars that were there all the time, we love you guys, and we appreciate so much all the thing, all the time that you guys, it's been awesome being able to get to know you guys. I've seen Leanne more in the last year than I have in, I think, the last decade.
Me too.
So
and Ryan.
And goodness knows that I need the fucking money at this point. And the money that they were paying us wasn't that much to begin with, let me tell you. But every little bit counts, because Daddy has a pageant. But, but it was also hard for me to stay because of the shit that they were pulling, just in general. And I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. And it finally, after the bullshit from yesterday, I was like, you know what? I can't. I would rather forfeit the few measly fucking dollars that they give me and not have my name associated with people who practice bad business. Because that's what it is.
Plagiarism.
It's flat out bad business. The unprofessionalism is unbelievable. The plagiarism, I've never seen, blows my damn mind. Call the cash right now. Their phone's not on. Why? Pay the fucking bill. Here's you have to take care of your people, or your people aren't going to take care of you. And I don't know how many times we sat there, I was like, hey, can you post this on the cash page? For a spotlight, the last fucking spotlight, right? The last fucking spotlight. I'm like, can you post this? Can you please fucking post this on the goddamn cash page? Can you fucking post this on the They never did. You know when they posted it? 7 p.m. the night of the show. It was the first time they posted it on the cash page. Luckily, Spotlight's fucking awesome, and we do a lot of our own shit, so we still pack the house. But, really? Why the fuck should I put in any effort to do anything for you if you're not doing anything for me? You don't pay me what I'm worth. Not by a fucking long shot. It takes more than what they were paying us to get dressed and drive there. Because... And you guys...
And I come from Mesa, so...
And you guys saw the looks that I did for bingo. They're not this.
And whenever I could.
Well, this is true. This... I couldn't do it. I could not do it. And... I'm not okay with it. And... the bad attitudes and the bad business practices of the owners trickle down, so that what happens is the employees end up with bad attitudes, and no customer wants to deal with that shit either. It's not okay. It's not okay. And
I haven't cut ties. Not yet.
Oh, I have. Like, Felicia's dealing with her own stuff.
Oh, look at Missy coming through.
Right.
I don't know if you'll be able to handle us once a week.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Missy. Actually, that means a lot. And what I want to say is, I know that people know that I did not mean to do it out of poor taste. Because...
I'm frustrated.
The comments that I got were... I did not respond back because... I did not pick up the phone last night. A couple people called last night. I sent you guys messages that said, I cannot talk to anybody right now. I wasn't even talking to Scott. Scott, if you saw on my Facebook, he was cooking dinner and was proud of himself for that. He was off at his own little land at that point. But I will go out of my way to promote whatever I'm in or whatever he's in if I feel like it's worth it, if I get the respect that, I mean, I don't even have to get paid sometimes. I'm not saying that I don't pay my bills, though. What I'm saying is the respect is there. The relationship is there. I trust you, you trust me, and I feel connected enough to do something for you. Don't push the limit. Don't take my kindness as a weakness.
No.
Y'all have never seen me upset. Freddy has. But I was so upset. I was fuming. I was like, is your hair long enough to...
No, there's like a couple of sassy hairs that are like...
Oh, my cat hairs. Flying. Yes, okay, so another part that makes me really mad is that I worked on getting publicity for the place. Yeah. I worked on getting them voted as the best in Phoenix in the New Times. What else did I do? We were featured in Echo, and I mentioned them. That's 3 publicities.
We did our part.
For whatever reason, I feel like I'm the one that they're trying to blame, and I can't say too much because there's stuff happening behind the scenes. But what I want to say is that I may be doing a fundraiser for legal fees, but I know that I have a community behind me because not only did just people of the community message me, some of my friends that are business owners messaged me. Some of the other bar owners messaged me and told me that, keep doing what you're doing because this is not right. And somebody asked me if I had an agreement. I do, but I don't have a copy of it. So I'm...
There's some shady shit. Let's just say there's some super shady shit going on.
So next time... if you have booked with me, I'm just telling you, I'm going to be really, really careful from now on. And it's not because I don't trust you. And it's not because I don't love you. It's because I don't want this. I don't... yes, we are 9 days into the new fucking year. And here I am, building up to go somewhere. And and it was my plan to... I don't know. I just have... I have higher hopes for other people than I think they have for themselves. And I'll just leave it.
I don't even think it's that.
I'll just leave it at that.
Like,
I just think that
we enjoyed bingo, and I'm hoping that we can try and find another venue for it, because it was good, it was fun, and then shit went to hell, and it slowly just tanked, and it was mainly because we didn't have the support of the bar. That's basically what it boils down to.
No, I felt like I was a victim instead of an employee.
Right. And it's, when you have a job where...
And you know what I could relate it to? Mm-hmm. I felt like I was in an abusive relationship.
And that's exactly what it was. And
it felt like I needed to get the fuck out. Like, I said, okay, you keep beating me up.
Yeah.
You keep saying things to me.
Yeah.
You keep saying I'm a boring entertainer. You keep saying bingo is boring, but you're not promoting my shit. And the people that come to bingo aren't saying that it's boring. Right. And they usually tell me how they, if they don't like shit, we usually change shit.
Right.
So, bloop.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. Like, the whole situation is fucking unfortunate. The Cash as an institution has been around for 40 years in Phoenix.
But
and when
I'm done,
they first took it over, there was so many, the potential was there. I was so excited when it first took over and things were changing and things were getting better. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. It's like they forgot they were running a fucking business and just said, fuck it. And I was willing to do the bingo for what they were paying us, because it was one of those things where at the beginning, I enjoyed it. It was like, hey, let's help get the Cash back up and running. We were the only thing that ever had any sort of an audience on a Thursday night at the Cash. Anything else they tried to do on a Thursday night never had anybody.
Trivia worked out great.
Yeah, right. Well done for trivia, guys. So it's like, that's why I was willing to be like, okay, we'll do it for this. And then...
And I'm not perfect by any means.
Nobody is. But it's like... yeah, it's... Be very, very mindful of who you do business with, guys. And seriously, contracts are amazing. And for fuck's sake, pay your people. And you don't have to pay people a shit ton of money. But you have to communicate. Right? You have to communicate with them. Like I said, there's a difference between saying, hey, I really want you to do this. This is my budget. Can we do this? And saying, well, I don't know if you're really worth anything, so here's $20. Like, there's a difference. And goodness knows that show producers in the LGBTQ community often don't have a budget. Goodness, I don't have a fucking budget in Spotlight. Like, I have to deal with whatever comes in the door. Like, I can't bring people...
Thanks.
Well, I can't bring people in from, like, out of state or whatever. I would love to be able to bring in artists, but I don't have a fucking budget for it. Yeah. It's
not that new anymore.
No. And I would love to, like I said, there's a difference between being cheap and...
I can't talk about that.
Like,
I can't talk about that, Micah. We'll have to talk in person.
Yeah. Like, it's bad. And, it's not like we're fucking new. I've been fucking doing this shit for 15 years. And I've hosted I don't know how many damn shows. Spotlight's been going on since 2012.
And
which
PS,
now I need to find another venue, by the way. Just saying.
And P.S. I have been a graphic designer since about 2003.
Right.
So...
We're not new at this. Like, we're not new at anything. We're not new at the graphic design portion of it. We're not new at the show hosting and shit. Like, it's not new. We're not fucking newbies that are coming in here saying, please give us a chance. Please, sir, can I have some more? Like... No. Absolutely fucking not. This is... And I always find it funny that I can go out of town and I can have my travel paid for. I can have my hotel paid for. And plus a booking fee. But trying to get a booking fee, a reasonable booking fee, not just, here's $20, out of people...
Who's paying you $20?
I'm just saying.
Let me find out who this is.
It's like... Come on, pay your people. Pay them what they're worth.
And if you don't think they're worth it, then get somebody else.
Right. Like, that's just how that goes. Don't fucking disrespect people.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or what is the word?
Oh, defamatory?
I'm not trying to do that.
The thing is about defamation, and this is, if anybody looks up defamation is only defamation if it is not true. There's nothing.
What do you hear from inexperienced hostesses?
Because I'm not a fucking inexperienced anything at this point. Nothing.
Oh, I think what she's saying is, how's everyone doing tonight? Are y'all getting drunk?
Oh.
No, I don't say that. I say, how's everybody doing? And then leave it at that. And then I don't repeat it for the rest of the night.
Oh, Jesus. Just... I can't. Like, I've met some amazing people in the years that I've been involved with the Cash. Like, right after I won Mr. Arizona, I started performing with Sisters Twisted there. I have a long history with the Cash. I met Leanne at the Cash a decade ago when she was shooting for
Oh my
Sisters
God, you're
Twisted.
old.
I know. I met DJ Delicious at the Cash a decade ago. I met Molly at the Cash a decade ago. Like, I have history with these people in this place. It's not what it was, and it makes me really fucking sad. Because even what it wasn't awesome. It wasn't. But where it's gotten to now is... I don't want to have my name associated with it at all. At all. And... that's just unfortunate. And I'm going to miss our regulars at bingo. I really am. I'm going to miss bingo. It was always good time, I got to play with costumes once a week. And makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And, shit. Like, but I can't in good conscience have my name associated with anything that could potentially be detrimental to this community. Period. I can't.
The part that's disappointing to me on a professional level is that,
Josh has an interesting point. Did you see this? Strange to me how we all feel the need to rationalize our feelings when we stand up for ourselves. Because we're all used to people saying, no, you don't fucking matter. That's why. It's an abusive relationship.
Well, what I was getting to that. It's funny how, you right. But it's funny to me how people always say, why don't you support LGBTQ businesses? Why don't you support these businesses? I get to a point where if my straight friend is running a printing press and my gay friend has fucked me over, I'm not going back to my gay friend. That's just like when people are like, why don't you support black businesses? If that black business has fucked me over, business is business, baby. I gotta go. If somebody's offering it at a better price and better quality, I'm moving along. This to me is personal. It made me feel worthless. It made me feel like I have been nice. I have been, as Freddy, I have been
really
nice.
Really.
And
nicer than I would have been.
I didn't attack anybody. Y'all saw the worst. I just held it. And I probably shouldn't have held it. I probably should have stuck my gun. But from now on, anything that I do is probably going to come with some kind of rational fear of being fucked over, because I feel...
you end up jaded.
I feel like I am here... I can't say this any better than I am here for the community. Not just my community, but the community. And every bit of my being goes into saying, okay, be at this place, be at this place. We always hear, oh, you don't support this place, you don't support that place. They're always closing. But if stuff like this happens, I have nothing to give but closing my door. I cannot support something or have people come support me at something that isn't standing by, as we discussed, my brand. It wasn't. And I think I stick it out more because I it's not that I owed anything to you, but it was a partnership. It was...
Right. I mean, I would have been the same way if, if the roles had been reversed. And it's like, it's hard. Like, you want to stand in solidarity with your friend, but then you're also like, do this too.
Well, so I told him I was fine.
Right.
But...
I'm not dumb.
I mean, I said, I'm fine, but I don't know.
And the thing is that we tend to hold, straight businesses at a far higher regard, or at a far higher, I've lost the word.
Like, if they do us wrong,
right?
All of a sudden, oh God,
right?
And then it's all
boycott. But if an LGBTQ business does the same shit, we just sort of sweep it under the rug. Specifically, thinking about a bar in town that's been getting away with shit for years, and people are like, well, whatever, it is what it is. Like, okay, well, at what point do we hold our LGBTQ business owners, whether they themselves are LGBTQ or whether they just own an LGBTQ business or establishment, when do we hold them to the same standard as we do ourselves? The non-LGBTQ folks? Because fucking, boycott Chick-fil-A, boycott pasta, boycott this, boycott that. But we don't do it with our own people. And now I'm
scared to buy makeup because I don't know who supports what.
I hear Dollar Tree has some really good deals going on.
I can't survive on Dollar Tree.
But it's like I don't know.
It's the same thing about the ethnic communities. Right. They say, oh, well, why didn't you buy from so-and-so? No, I heard so-and-so didn't do a good job.
Right.
I'm not going there.
Right, just because somebody is a part of your community doesn't mean... Clinique. Just because...
No. Oh, bad. So flashback.
Oh, God.
This is a good one. So first pageant I ever did was Miss Forbidden, if anybody remembers that club.
I remember.
And Scott told me, don't spend all this money on this makeup. You need to, go to the costume shop. And I'm like, whatever. And so we went to Sephora, and I bought, eyeshadow primer, some Clinique, base primer, and some eyeshadows that weren't, pigmented, but they were, little diggies, the little...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so at that point, I had learned my shade, but I was still thinking, oh, I'm just going to wear this little girl makeup, and
How did that work for you?
Gabe, they weren't laughing at your comment. I think it's ironic that you said boycott that bar, and we have a bar here in town
called Boycott,
and it made it sound like go to Boycott instead of this bar.
Right.
But in that pageant, I melted. I bought almost $100 in real girl makeup. I mean, now I know how to use it, but I didn't know how to use it then, and I oh my gosh, you should have saw me after each category. I'm like, why won't it stay? I was melting.
Oh my! We all start somewhere.
I had a slow beginning, a very slow beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you where and where not to frequent or where to spend your money, but we have to hold our people to, I think, a higher standard than we do the non-LGBTQ community. So, I mean, I don't know. I cannot, in good conscience,
Brian
support
says
them.
I was talking to a friend and I won't go to Pride anymore. Yeah. And the reasoning is because they aren't about the community anymore. And we don't have a Pride Center anymore. Well, if I'm Miss Pride...
oh, here we go. Jesus Christ.
We can work on some things. We can see.
Things can change. It takes the right people.
I mean, I say, don't boycott things. Get involved in it. In a way that you're comfortable.
Right.
Please get involved in it. Because I think that people say, well, fuck this. And then the community goes and does what it wants to do because you're not involved in it. And then you're still mad because it's doing whatever it wants to do. But then when you get back into it, you see what I'm saying? The pattern continues.
If anybody knows of a good venue, any kind of a bar, anything like that has a good stage that'll handle Spotlight, please let me know. Because goodness knows we need to Yeah, I would like to find a new venue because I don't want Spotlight to go away, but we need someplace that can handle what we do. So...
Any theater folks following us?
Right. Also, if anybody wants us to bring bingo to your bar or to your venue or whatever, holler at us and holler at, whatever bar or whatever, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
We could try that, but that's...
Micah, there's some trickiness when it comes to, like, crescent and stuff. Stage size is another issue, but there's some other things as well. But yeah. So there's the tea for you. And again, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's other...
I mean, that's, But, I'm sorry that we're not doing bingo anymore. Like I said, I always enjoyed hanging out with everybody. I always enjoyed seeing everybody. I'm
sorry if I offended anybody yesterday.
Fuck it. No, there's nothing it's for good reason, and if anybody wants to help me make up the dollars that I'm missing, I'm selling masks and bow ties.
Oh yes, please go to his Facebook page, because he's selling these awesome masks that are fully stoned. Not an inch of that beast is missing a stone. Honestly, I can say. I've seen it for myself.
So, I mean,
What I want to encourage is you drink responsibly. You hang out where you most feel comfortable. Because we are a community of people that feel like they're outcast. Please go where you feel comfortable and safe. Please support those people that support you. That is what I want to say, and that's the end of that.
And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has supported us, not just at bingo, but on this show and everything else that we do.
I mean, I don't take anything for granted.
No.
Because there are people that say, oh, well, how do you know if people are following you? They're human beings. Go talk to them. Are
right.
They what?
This isn't easy, and the fact that we've been doing this now for 7 seasons, we've been doing it for over 6 years, and people are actually still watching, which still blows my mind.
But that's tonight. That is tonight. All in all inclusively is respect. Support your community and do it respectfully and honestly.
Support your artists.
Yes.
Especially. Support the people that come out.
I mean, all of this stuff is done by people that support us.
Right. These are all like
Ryan did that.
Brandon McGill.
I mean, these came from the Cat Lounge. I don't know who did them, but they support us.
Right.
So I feel so lost. That's the part.
It's disheartening is what it is. It really is. It's disheartening and
Vern.
Vern did the porn needlepoint. But it's disheartening, and it's really hard to try and kind of bounce back after something like this because, yes, Felicia was burned horribly, and at the same time, I'm the one that brought her onto this.
Well, you don't have to feel guilty.
But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I hyped it up. I was like, hey, it's great. Things are changing. And when we first started bingo, things were great.
Mm-hmm.
The management was different. But, and then it's slowly gone downhill and all this shit. So I'm like, well, fuck, and it's hard. And my,
Christina, do you need me to send you a reminder?
My partner is always yelling at me. My partner is constantly yelling at me about, at both of us, really, about not
knowing our worth.
Like, constantly. She's like, oh, and you're doing this? I said, yeah. She's like, okay.
DJ Image, what are you talking about? You'll get one.
And it's like, okay, and it's a
a mask. He's gonna get a mask. There you go, another one.
And be like, and I'll tell her I'm doing something. She's like, oh, that's great. Are they paying you? Yes. How much are they paying you? I tell her, and she's like,
I have these similar conversations.
Like, I'm like, I know, but I know.
Are we doing this wrong?
I don't know. It's hard,
but it's
But speaking of gigs, I'm available for a lot of things from now until the end of March.
In fact, he has dug into my
please
calendar.
book me for things. Book me for things. I need the dollars.
I'm fully booked because he's fully booked.
Yeah. Like I need dollars because But for fuck's sake, I'm working my ass off.
Yeah, you are, and now you're doing bow ties and masks.
Jesus
DJ
Christ.
Image, you should get one of the bow ties.
I am seriously working my fucking ass off. Like, my God. And,
I have the old one.
Booking fees, like, Micah, booking fees are hard. Like, and there's no consistency here. Like,
I've beaten this up.
Oh, you have. Like, I can go and get booked and host, and I can MC an event that has nothing to do with the community and get $150, and then I can go to a show where I have to put together 3 numbers, doubles even, and get like
$2,
$35 show pay. It's like, wait, what? Like, I don't understand it. I really don't, and I wish I did, and I wish that we were better.
Fefe buttons too.
Yeah, I wish that we were better at saying, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna do. And I wonder, I'm wondering in my head, just out of curiosity, if I were to win nationals, that means I would come back a national title holder. Will that change anything?
I mean, we pay. Can I ask a question? And I would love for y'all to comment. How come? Tell me, how come we can pay?
I need to fix this.
Yeah, you do. How come we can pay $1,500 for a RuPaul entertainer?
Shit.
And I love LOVE, love RuPaul girls. But how come we can pay? We will go out of our way to pay $1,500 for somebody to come to town. But how come we can't pay decent to the local talent?
I don't know.
I mean, I have been places where I host at a gay bar, and I was paid pretty decent. Like, I thought they were joking.
Right? They tell you something, you're like, wait, no, but really, how much?
They told me when I got there that they were like, oh, but they want to see the bow tie.
Oh, this is Felicia's bow. I made this fucking 5 years ago, maybe.
Way before that.
This is an old fucking bow tie, and it's a mess and a half. But yeah,
you can see where the stones were.
Right, it's one of the first ones I made. It used to have stones here and along the side, and there was some chain as well, and some stones around the middle.
The chain's still there. I took the necklace part off.
Oh,
it was a necklace. You made me a necklace.
Right. I made you a necklace.
I don't know where that chain is.
Oh, well, it was a necklace. But yeah, so this was one of the bow ties that I made years and years ago. It's one of the first ones I made too. Damn. So, but I've got
bookings. January 11th, we'll be at House of Polka Dots Queer Excellence. I'll be hosting all night, and Freddy will be performing at some point during the night. But
I'll be hosting most of the night. I'll need like 5 minutes to put costume on. Like it's
excuse me. But there's a lot of live entertainment.
All sorts of stuff. Like
queer artists.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've watched some of the videos of some of the performers, and
it's awesome. You guys should come out if you're not doing anything Friday night. Come to Newtown.
Most of you weren't in Austin, I think that you should come see this number.
Yeah. I am doing one of my numbers from Austin. Because I think it'll go over well. We'll see if I take anything out with the floggers though.
Why?
I don't know.
I'll
have to.
They do have stuff in the.
I know. We'll have to see. I may have to.
You may have to tone it down.
Right. We'll see. But yeah.
Ryan wants a bow tie.
Yeah, see.
You're gonna have to go back through this chat now.
Jesus, message me. Just message me. But
Josh. Oh.
Right.
I don't get paid here, but I get paid at other prides.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that's not no shade. Really, it's not.
But yeah, come out on Friday. That's going to be a good time. So Yeah, no more bingo on Thursday. Sorry, kids. On the 18th, so next Friday, myself, Dustin Riot, and Dita Savage are going to be at C7 with Espresso Grande for TGIF. It's going to be our first fundraiser. We just bought our tickets to Nationals.
So they're trying to pay credit card bills.
So my bank account is looking currently very empty. Because I'm like, I'm thinking of yeah. I hit the transfer and I was like, yeah. So that my money's gone now at this point.
Your bank account starts crying.
Right. And Sassy C. Diaz is going to be there performing some. Felicia Minor's going to be there. She's going to do a couple numbers. And I believe Justin Sider will be there doing a couple numbers as well. So he's going to come out and do that for us. So it'll be fun. We've got some fun auction things that we're going to give away. And
I never talked about what I did this
It'll be good. It'll be, well, you did sort of. You talked about the pageant, so it's good enough.
Yeah, next week we'll have to talk about surviving R. Kelly.
Oh, God. So, yeah, that'll be fun. And then the 20th, so on that Sunday, there's another USofA fundraiser. This one's for specifically my team. So it's myself, Dita Savage, and Averiana, who is...
And I made that flyer, too.
Yes, who's from Dita Savage's first alternate. So it's the Diva / King of the Desert fundraiser. That's happening at BS West from 7 to 10 p.m., so it's relatively early. And we're going to have a bunch of performers coming and just doing things throughout the night. I think, who said they were going to be there? I have to look back. Cruz Daniels, I believe, is going to be there.
Really? Did he do that other thing that you talked to me about?
Blake Riley, I believe, said he was going to swing by and do some stuff.
Do some stuff. Oh, I should be there for that.
So, there's going to be, like, a few random, like, entertainers just coming by, doing drive-bys and stuff throughout the night, so it'll be fun. So come out to that as well. Then on the 25th, we've got Cat Bingo. The theme for the 25th is wigs.
Oh,
so
I've
if
never
you're
heard of those.
booking, we know. Booking your, if you're booking your spot for Cat Bingo, make sure you find yourself a badass wig to wear.
If you need a wig, you can go to wigsofakind.com.
Wigs, yes, definitely go to Wigs. They've got some badass shit. And of course, I'm still looking for sponsors for Nationals, especially now that I've lost a source of income.
Or you can buy a mask.
Or you can, if you want to know your money's going someplace, I will make you a mask. I will make you a bow tie. I will stone some shit for you. Whatever you need,
I tried to get him to stone something for me. He just looked at me weird.
Oh, well, I will do whatever it is that you need me to do. Or if you're just feeling generous and don't want to take up all of my time, I will happily take things like
your money.
Your money, yeah. Or you can come out to one of our fundraisers. That works perfectly well as well.
Take your money.
Where I can take your money. I've also got pins, magnets, and stickers.
Oh, I forgot you have magnets.
Yeah, I only have a few, but I have some.
Keep an eye out on our Facebook page, our Instagram for upcoming guests and more. I tried to do a story. I'm trying to do more behind the scenes on our story, but I get into it and then I start getting ready and I forget about the story. So you'll see me like talking for a little bit and then I forget about all kinds of shit. And then I'm like, oh shit, I was supposed to show them as whatever. I'm usually pretty good at this. It's not like I don't do it for a living. We have coming up the nun and host, a podcast host, Sister Indica, who I met for the first time at Brandon McGill's reception.
She's also putting together a podcast. It's like a fictional podcast story called Blazed All Our Lives.
Yes.
And I'm actually...
And if you haven't started listening, I believe it is on there.
No, just the Christmas special.
Oh,
the whole series hasn't been done yet.
Oh,
We haven't recorded it yet. I'm in it.
Oh, you are? Can I be in it?
No, it's already
You need a ghetto black girl?
No.
I'm gonna write her.
Sorry.
I'm gonna write her in.
Muffy Fish Basket is coming up as well.
On the 23rd.
Ryan, depending on what you need, yes, I can stone something by February. And Carrie, if you want, I will bring a magnet on Friday. Yeah, that's for things.
Does she
That's
have
Sativa twin sister.
Oh.
Yeah, funny.
I'm
sure she's never heard that before.
And then we also have pop star, gender bender, and professional power bottom, Sir Jet. If you look on Twitter,
Felicia's dirty. I don't do that. I never look at things like that.
Oh, and we have Phoenix artist Lisa Von Hoffner, who has done a lot of displays. She just took down one of the displays that was in downtown Phoenix, I believe.
Oh, I forgot real quick. We also went to, both of us actually went to Brandon McGill's art opening.
Which was fabulous! And he was selling the art off the wall.
Yep, at Exposed Gallery, which is right next to the new Short Leash Dogs restaurant on 7th Avenue. It was awesome. It was his birthday thing. I wasn't able to stay a long time. My partner and I had a date night, which was much needed and a long time coming.
Do you guys even remember what each other looked like?
Right. So we went for a little while, probably around 20 minutes, half an hour.
And he had looked at his stuff. He left when I got there.
And it was awesome. So, you know.
So whoever thinks we're the same person.
So seriously, you guys, like, thank you for supporting. Anybody that went to go do that, thank you for supporting Brandon McGill and your local artists. And if you ever have a chance to go check out Exposed, they always have some really cool art there.
Greg runs that, and he's fabulous.
Yep.
If you don't follow Greg on Facebook, you should, because he posts, like, what is it? Like, he posts random stuff, but it's very, like, interesting. You're like, did I just learn something?
Right. Yeah.
What I want to say is thank you for your support. Thank you for being there. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Thank you for letting us be a part of your life. At a time where I feel really lost, last night,
Joan, we're done. But thanks.
She's medicated.
I
Leave
know.
her alone. Anyway, but I feel the love back. I feel the support back. I feel all kinds of good on the inside, but I still can't get rid of that disheartening feeling.
It's hard. And
I feel like I've been cheated on, and or this is like an abusive relationship, and now I'm being beat up, and people can see that I'm being beat up, and I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go.
It's hard. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good for me either, for numerous reasons. Like I said, I feel guilty.
But I feel very victimized, and I don't want any of you to not go there because of me. So if
don't go there for your own reasons.
I mean, if you're not gonna go because you don't want to go. But,
right. But yes, no. Thank you for everybody that did support us at bingo. If you even if you went to bingo one time, it was appreciated.
Or if you can think of a place where we should have bingo, I'll do it in the park if you pay.
Right? Like shit.
I mean, it's been cold recently, so
we'll figure it out. Like
it may have to be like.
If you have an idea, we'll reach out. We'll reach out to people and whatever. But yeah, so no, definitely thank you guys for all of your support through everything, through this, through that, through pageants, through all the things. So
and I will post if I decide to run for a pageant. There's one this weekend, but I need to do some things to make sure that I'm okay with doing it.
Oh God!
So I will let you know
so that you guys can actually go support her this time.
I mean, it's not like I have a social media following at all.
Fuck. Anyway, thank you again to our sponsor, ShellyLoveCreative.com, WigsOfAKind.com, TheBurlyBarbers.com. And of course, thank you to Brandon, Leanne, Carrie, and Corey, and Molly for supporting us on Patreon. You too can support us. It's patreon.com/letshaveafefe, or, whatever, if you have an idea. If you want to see something on our Patreon, let us know. Just
if you have fundraising ideas, I'm here for it.
Right.
What's next for the studio, and I don't want to leave people hanging, is...
Studio.
Well, it is. I have cleaned this out, except for the pageant mess that I left over there. What's next is I would like to get a boom mic to see if that works. But I need, for me, I need somebody that is very good with AV equipment. Mm-hmm. I don't, because what we did was we spent like $100 on the lapels, and they don't work.
We've tried all sorts of stuff.
We tried the audio mics, and they interfere with each other because we sit too close together. And I don't want to buy more camera equipment, but I would like to improve the sound, but you would hear everything. I just want to make sure that somebody can help at least get me started and let me learn, because I'm a quick learner. I can, all this lighting shit, boom. Somebody said, "Oh, you guys look dark." Okay. Brighten the place up, bitch. But it's all about improving.
Yeah, and she only took 7 hours to figure out the lights when we were doing our shoot.
That was Flash. That's different. But be sure.
Now that you have Thursdays open, now you have all this time to.
I mean, if you want to book a photo shoot, I'm open. If you need.
No, her turnaround time is.
Shut up. Don't say that. Stop saying that. You're ruining my brand.
It's going on your Yelp review.
But if you need flyers, if you need business cards, I'm here. But be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share it with all your friends, enemies, and loyal business supporters. You can subscribe to us as a podcast as well. Actually, I need to catch up on the podcast because the podcast service.
Well, you got time now, so.
The podcast service wasn't working last week.
Well, now you don't have anything to do tomorrow, so.
I do have things to do tomorrow. I have to decide on something.
Eyebrows?
No, this is my look. This is my aesthetic. I'm proud to be who I am. My drag is valid. Anyway, subscribe. You can subscribe to us as a podcast as you work or on the way home, and listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and more. If I find another platform, I'm putting us on there too, so get it. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch.
I still don't know what that is.
I put us on something else the other day, but I'm not sure what it was.
XTube?
No, we don't classify as anything erotic.
We almost have penises behind us.
We do have penises. They're shown at every show. Now somebody's going to report us. But special thanks to all of you for your support and watching us live or on the replay. We will see you next week.
Cheers.
Yes. Is it on Stitcher?
Yeah, it's a thing. It'll.
Oh, you can use it. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, good night.
Thank you guys.
Good night.
And good night.